Let's be honest with each other for a second. If you search this video hoping I'll tell you about some app, some crypto coin, or some side hustle that turns you into a millionaire by your 20th birthday, I'm going to disappoint you. But if you stay with me for the next 5 minutes, I'll give you something far more valuable. The actual truth about what's possible by 20, what isn't, and the real path that separates wishful thinking from genuine financial momentum. The uncomfortable truth. Here's what nobody wants to say out loud. Becoming a millionaire by 20 is statistically rare, and most of the stories you see online are either inherited wealth, extreme outliers, or quietly exaggerated. The average self-made millionaire becomes one around age 37, not 20, not even 25. This isn't meant to discourage you. It's meant to reset your expectations to something based in reality, because chasing an unrealistic timeline is one of the fastest ways to burn out, make reckless decisions, or fall for scams that prey on exactly this kind of urgency. What rich actually means at 20. So let's redefine the question. Becoming rich by 20 in the millionaire sense. Extremely unlikely for the vast majority of people, but becoming financially ahead by 20? Genuinely possible, and far more useful as a goal. Financially ahead means having no debt, having savings most your age don't have, understanding how money works while your peers are still learning the hard way, and having multiple years of compound growth already working in your favor before everyone else even starts. That head start is worth more than people realize. Why your 20s are your biggest asset. Here's the part most people miss. At 20, you don't have much money, but you have something money can't buy. Time. If you invest $200 a month starting at age 20 with an average 8% return, by 60, you'd have roughly $500,000. Start that same habit at 30 instead of 20, and you'll end up with less than half that amount, despite only losing 10 years. This is the entire game. Wealth isn't built primarily through income. It's built through time in the market, and at 20, you have more of that than anyone else watching this video. The real paths that work. So, if overnight riches aren't realistic, what actually is? 3 real paths exist for building serious wealth. Young. First, high-income skills, learning something specific and valuable like coding, sales, copywriting, or trades that pay significantly more than minimum wage, then reinvesting that income aggressively. Second, starting a business or service early, even small, not for instant riches, but for the experience, skills, and potential upside that compounds over years. Third, extreme saving and investing discipline, living below your means while everyone around you upgrades their lifestyle, then putting that gap into long-term investments. None of these are exciting. All of them work. The trap to avoid. Here's where most young people get derailed. They see flashy social media wealth and assume there's a shortcut they're missing. So they chase day trading, crypto gambling, or get-rich-quick courses sold by people who got rich selling the course, not from the method itself. The painful truth is, if there were a real shortcut to guaranteed wealth, it would stop working the moment everyone knew about it. The absence of a shortcut isn't because you're missing something, it's because shortcuts to wealth, structurally, don't exist at scale. What to actually do right now. If you're watching this at 20 or anywhere near it, here's the realistic blueprint. Build a skill that earns you more than average. Avoid consumer debt completely. No credit card balances, no unnecessary loans. Start investing something, even small, the moment you have stable income, because the amount matters far less than starting early. Track your net worth, not your salary, because that's the number that actually measures progress. And give yourself permission to play the long game, because the people who look like overnight successes at 30 were usually quietly building for the entire decade before. So, can you become rich by 20? Statistically, almost certainly not, and chasing that exact outcome will likely lead you toward bad decisions. But can you become unstoppable by 30 because of what you start at 20? Absolutely. That's the real opportunity in front of you right now, and it's a far better goal than chasing a headline that was never realistic in the first place. Wealth isn't built in your 20s. It's launched in your 20s. The habits, skills, and decisions you make right now are quietly determining what your 30s and 40s will look like, whether you feel that momentum today or not. If this gave you a clearer, more honest picture of what's actually possible, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, and keep watching Wealth Alchemy Labs, because building real wealth isn't a one-video journey,